Hello guys, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you a little bit different instead of showing you a short film or a special effects. Because I think I need to do something different sometimes. So today I'm going to show you my rockets. Yep, I want to show you my rockets and how I make the motors or engines. Both work. The word engine and motor is pretty much the same. So I want to show you how to, not how to make, but I want to show you my motors, my rockets, where it started and how no, not how I started, but let's start with my first rocket ever with black powder. This is my first rocket. I know it's very small and it's looking pretty bad. It's Sky version 1. This is Sky version 1 and it didn't fly not great. It flew pretty bad. It went and then down again really quickly. I mean, like that. How I do the motors? It's pretty simple. I use this black powder rocket engines from the fireworks. You take away the stop. There's a small tube when you take away the cardboard right here. Just a small tube which fits perfectly in this one at least, and the other one that I'm going to show you. And you take away all the cardboard and everything, and there's a small amount of black powder that you can use for engine. So I do that, at least with the small rockets, and I also do it with a little bit bigs, or the bigger rocket. I also used it, but now I actually started to make my own because I want to step up in the community of rocketry. So let's go continue. This is the Sky version 2. I don't know what I thought would happen when I made it smaller. Did I think it was gonna fly higher because it was smaller and didn't has much weight? The same thing. I glued the same engines as the one in the black powder fireworks, just say. And I don't know what I thought. This is the Sky version 2 as I said. But now, let's continue in my life. I have done this for 2 years. I don't have any other rockets that I made because I didn't find them. And I didn't find them. It's pretty sad, but I really wanted them. But oh yeah, one rocket I have here, but I'm not gonna show it. It's actually, yeah, I will show it. Just take a quick look at it. Here is, I have no clue what I call this, but this is one a little bit bigger. I stepped forward. This one is a little bit bigger, and it worked better because it was bigger and the length is much better, and the stability of the fins is pretty good. And yeah, this worked a lot better. But let's step forward. Let's just put this here really quick. Okay, this is, I know the fins are gone, but I used it for another rocket because those fins were amazing. This is the C2 rocket, my first professional rocket. If you can say that, I think you can say that, because this went about 100 meters. That's about 300 feet, and I used a small camera that looks like this. I still use the same technique to make the motors or engines, pretty simple. And I use this camera. This is a 720p camera, and it can store up pretty good. The storage is not bad. I mean, you use your SD card to put in. I use my phone's SD card, but memory card, whatever you want to call it. So how did I put in this camera here? Like this. This worked so well, but if you can see it there, but it's hard to see. This thing went through this hole, this thing. But this was really good. The first time I shot it, the first time I launched this rocket, it went amazing. And I got a great shot of this place where I live in. And also knew I needed to make a better way to launch them. So I used it's broken right now, but it was a launch pad, and I will glue this together again. But this is my, yeah, I mean it looks burnt, as you can see right here. It's pretty much burnt up, but I will glue this together. I will make it a better launch pad. I'll probably reinforce it with something more better. But it went really good. I love this rocket. I'm just sad that it burned. I don't really know what happened, but probably the pressure of the motors. That I just glued a cardboard thing, because when you take away this old cardboard, there's a hole there, and I just put some cardboard there to reinforce it with, but it probably broke, and it got, instead of going this way, the burn went this way. Pretty bad. But I love this rocket, and yeah, it's an awesome rocket. It's pretty big too. You can see it. It's 1 meter. No, it's about 80 centimeters. But let's go forward in time. Whoa, not here. No. Okay, there we go. This is. I know the fins look big, but they are. I should just cut them and it looks better then. But this is the C-12. You can also say C-12 rocket, and this was amazing. I mean, this went far, but I didn't put any camera in it because I wanted the height, I wanted altitude, the highest altitude I can come to. I still use the same technique, but I don't have it right here. But let's continue to forward in time, where I started to make my own engines. This is one of the smaller editions, so I don't have anything yet. See, there's just a plastic or PVC pipe, and then just I have tried 2 times to make TT motor. That stands for True Thrust. That's TT motor. It's my own name. But this is the TT motor, and it's pretty. I tried to make it, but I always fail. There's not enough thrust to make it fly. Like, I have a test that I will show you right now. Pretty cool. Yeah, not very good. I mean, as you see, it looks very cool when I tested it. That was the first test that I made with a TT motor, but it didn't have too much. It didn't have thrust to lift off. Pretty bad. But how I make these motors is pretty much I have this, whatever you call it. I don't know the name of these things, but I think it's a rod. Do you call it a rod? Well, you can tell me in the comments if you think. I probably won't get a lot of comments here in this video, but I think it's called a rod, or you can call it like I don't know what to call it, but it's something you put in. You first you just put this in. You put some clay, as I have here. You put the clay. Probably can't see. There we go. You put the clay. First, about this much clay, or even more if you really want to be secure with the clay. You put the clay. You just make it compact, so it doesn't like just. You really make it compact because you want the strength of the clay when it's really. I know I can't. I don't know what to call it, but you want it compact. So then you put the black powder, as I have right here, a little bit. I have more, but this is just a small amount. Probably you can see it, but it's a small amount of black powder, and then you put that until about this much. It's up. About that much of the tube is filled up with black powder. Then you put the clay. I just figured out you need to put the clay afterward because you can't put the cardboard because it will break. Then you put the hole. I have this right now, which is not good. This is too small. This is about 4 millimeters this is the 4 millimeter. What is it called? It's a 4 millimeter, and then you just screw it until you get a little bit apart. If you say this is the clay right here, about that much clay, about my finger, that much. You want it to be a little bit in. If that is the clay, you want. What is it called? Screw mail. You put it. I call it the screw now, but you want the screw to come into the black powder because you want that boost. Because when you put the fuse in there. You want a little bit more boost than just to put. That was the problem I made. I took the screw and screwed in, and I just got to the black powder. Then I stopped. I didn't go further, but that's what you need, because that boost is when you said this is the black powder fuse. You want, and then on the other side too, it gets that power because it's so much black powder that gets burnt, that get on fire, and then I can't explain it. I'm not a very good explainer. Yeah. And that's pretty much how I made it. This is the rocket I will launch next. I'm sorry if you didn't understand a lot. This is the ANS, stands for Altitude and Science. No, it looks bad because this was the one that broke. It was a lot bigger. It was like this big, this long. If you can see it, oh, it was about this long before. But it broke, and I have to cut where this was, about here. I have to cut that because in one. And this is the altimeter, the Estes. Is that how you say it? Estes? Yeah, I think it is. Altimeter. And it broke because this goddamn thing. I didn't understand. I just put the cardboard and it broke. It had too much pressure when it's gonna come out this small hole that I made with that screw. So it was too much pressure to come out that hole, so it went the other way. So it's like blew up. You can say I have a video, but I won't show it because it's so brutal. I just kidding. But it's not really. It's so dark when I did it. So it's probably not really. It's not. I don't want to show it because you can barely see that when it happens. Pretty sad. This cost 40 euros. That's about $50, something like that. I'm not sure. But ANS we won. This is gonna come back with a strength and the power it needs to lift off. Yeah. I love rocketry. This is also the ANS version 2. And this was even worse. I had the cameras, but the camera had a much more worse disaster, but it still survived. I can't believe it, but the altimeter just broke. I hate you, altimeter. You're the worst. Camera, you're the greatest, because it survived. This blew up right here. It's of course it burned a little bit, but you could. I have a video. I want to show it here. Yeah, that is pretty much how bad it was. That is how bad it was. But thank you for watching.